The promises I make is the promises I keep. As you know, Uguti, we not make mistake. A promise that we make is to come back here with another food recipe, with another restaurant review. From time to time, that is what we aim to bring you on this channel. The name is Zande, the surname is Mfega. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and do follow us on another episode, on another channel that is a podcast. We've got beautiful, beautiful episodes there that we bring to you each and every day. I am making a chicken biryani today, and I am using a full cream mass from Orange Grove. Now, those of you who knows how to cook will know, obviously, there are many ways of killing a cat, especially with biryani. Some people don't really consider this step that I'm doing right now. They just go straight to the main step. And I am using the spices from Taj Mahal all the way. I love Taj Mahal spices when it comes to Indian foods because they never disappoint. This is cloves. So I am going to soak the cloves into amasi, and I'm also going to soak my biryani mix into amasi as well. So if biryani mix is it's a shortcut and a short quick for you to that is actually going to help you avoid buying different whole lot of spices. You know, there is bay leaves in the spice mix. There is cinnamon. There is just as the word suggests, it's biryani mix. It's helping you. All the mixed spices for biryani that you need are all mixed well here. Cumin, biryani, bay leaves, and yeah, all of this is here. I'm going to mix all of this together, and I am going to cover this bowl for a few minutes so that all the spices soak and mix well together. And today I'm making a biryani that is the meat that I'm going to use. It's Cornish. So what I'm gonna do, I'm also gonna stick the Cornish inside there because you don't cook biryani with water. Those of you who knows this knows. You don't cook biryani with water. You either cook it with coconut milk, or if you don't have coconut milk, you can also use mass. I'm not cooking for a lot of people, so as you can see, my Cornish is not a lot. Um, yes, so I'm soaking all of this here. I'm going to put another layer of my biryani mix and mix this well together so that it mixes well, and then I'm going to show you the next step. You know, you are soaking everything together, making sure that it mixes nice and well, and while you are covering it up and you're mixing it well, it's going to soak up and get all the spices. When I am doing the process, I will show you how the process is done. So you see, these are all my spices and this is my meat. I'm only making this for 3 people, and in this house we don't like food that is going to be left over for a long time because bayakuthanya abantu bala endlini abakuthandi ukudla okuhlala efrijini isikhathi eside, so we just cook to it. If it's left, you know that it's just a small portion that is left that can be finished off by somebody who is left at home, and then everything is all set. As you can see, I'm mixing this well together so that it soaks in. It soaks in into the mass. Okay, so yeah, and I'm going to use the biryani mix again to cover once more. Yeah, and cover it again with mass just to make sure that it's all nice and wet and the spices are blending well with the meat. I am going to cover this up for a couple of hours before I cook it. This is for dinner. The time now, I think it's around 1. It's around 1 in the afternoon, and this is for dinner. I'm gonna be cooking this around 5-6 p.m. in the evening. As you can see, I am covering all the spices with the mass to mix well. zonke lezi zinkuni zikaBriani. Yeah. Now, don't forget to share this channel to your friends, share to your foodie, share to your buddies that can cook, share to your buddies that can cook. Critique me, advise me, and add your comments and add your personal favorite and your methods, because methods of making a biryani, that's one thing that I know for sure, that it's not the same. It will never be the same. Other people make it a long way, make it a traditional way, where in the end they will even put a lid, a heavy lid on the pot and cover it up. Some other people, they just, there are many ways of making this dish. So if you are a South African, you know, and if you are a cook, you know, Uti, in your kitchen you always use the spices that you have to make what you want, and it always come out perfectly the way that you want it. So here is our biryani, is well mixed with the spices now. So we are going to leave it here to soak for a couple of hours before we cook it, like this, right? Meet me on the next step when we are mixing it up and cooking it. Don't forget to clean as you go. Make your kitchen and your cooking space neat and clean. You don't want your guests to come into a cooking space that esiqhufuzelayo, because abantu bazobaleka mos. Remember on this channel, that is Food Gazem cooking channel, What's Cooking with Z, we review restaurants, we visit cooking spaces, we invite cooking people to show you how to cook certain things and certain dishes that you know. Now we have covered this in this bowl. Well, I cannot perfectly cover it because it's full, but nonetheless, we are covering it so that no flies, no germs can find it. We are going to cover it well and set it aside for the next step. Now, on a separate bowl, I am going to mix well together lentils and soak them up with water. This is our lentils. We are going to boil these lentils along with rice separately, and we are not going to cook them to perfection. We are not going to boil them until they are super soft, because remember, a biryani is a mix of different types of foods with different types of textures. So for it to come out very well, because I'm using the same, that is why you see the water is white, because I'm using the same cup which I used to put mass on it. There's nothing wrong with that, because that cup was clean before I used it. So this is my measuring cup. So biryani is a food that is a mix of different types of foods. So we soak things separately and we cook things separately. And at the end of the recipe, you mix things well together to get you what we call a biryani. And this time around, we are using the Cornish. So this is our lentils. We are also going to cover it up and leave it for when it's time for cooking. We will cook it not to perfection. We will cook it up until it's a little bit, halfway cook. Let me just put it that way. We are going to halfway cook it up to a point where it's almost cooked. It's almost cooked. It's almost done. And yeah, we are going to cover this up as well and leave it. I will show you on the next step how do we cook all things separate and mix them all together. Please guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share in this food channel, the Food Gazem, What's Cooking with Z. We are doing all things food. Food is the only thing that has never disappointed me. We do restaurant reviews, we eat together, we share recipes, and we comment, we like, we subscribe, share. How do you make your chicken biryani? Please comment on this video and show me how do you make, what steps do you follow to make your perfectly cooked chicken biryani. These are our lentils that are now soaked up. All of them, they are hidden by water. You must make sure that you keep on stirring them like this until they are all, until kungabi nama lentils antanta above like this. until everything is under the water. Yeah, let's come back with another step. Okay, as you can see, our lentil is halfway cooked. It's not mushy, it's not smashy. And on the other pot, there is rice. I am cutting my onions and my garlic. And guys, that tool I am using to grind the garlic, I bought it from Shein. If you want to buy from Shein at discounted prices, use my code. I'm going to put it down on the description box down below. It makes life very easy. Look at that. The garlic just comes up all well minced instantly using that tool. And you've got a perfectly finely chopped garlic, easy like that. As you can see, our garlic is finely chopped now using our best tool from Shein. If you want to place your order for your own and get a huge discount, up to 50% of vouchers and discount, use my Shein code down below, and we are ready to start the cooking process of our biryani. We are finally chopping the ginger. I love using fresh ginger because the taste is not the same as the one that is in the bottle. I don't like the wine that is grinded and is bottled for you, because that one, yo, angwazi nanokuthi wawugrinda umfazi wakabani, uthola sowunanamanzi engingawazi ukuthi aqhamukaphi. So yeah, I prefer fresh ingredients when I'm making my favorite dishes, because I want everything to be tasty and fresh. So here you see, our ingredients are ready. Let us start the cooking process. You see, our lentils are halfway cooked now. I'm going to strain them, and on a pan I am putting cooking oil. What am I going to do with this cooking oil? I am going to fry my potatoes. The reason I am going to fry my potatoes is because I have got biryani that I want it to have potatoes inside, but because potatoes, they break once they are ripe, the best way to protect them from breaking is to fry them separately. As you can see, I'm frying my potatoes separately. If you want to bake them, you can even bake them, you can fry them. I've sprinkled them a little with fine salt before I fry them. You can even sprinkle them with your favorite seasoning, maybe a vegetable seasoning or anything like that. Anything goes. And then as you can see, I use just only table salts. Yeah, let's see, and stay tuned for the next step. Make sure that when you fry these potatoes, you slow fry them, more like slow cooking them. Don't fry them like the same way you are making chips. Your oil will be hot. Once your oil is hot and it's ready for your potatoes, reduce the heat to 2 or 3. As you can see, my stove is already in 3, and then you can start frying them in very, very low cooking method, so that they can come up nicely the way you want them, so that when you go and put them inside the biryani, they still have, that nice potato mushy taste of, how potatoes taste like. Yeah, so you don't want fried chips inside biryani, but you want potatoes that almost feel like they were part of the whole mix before they went inside the mix, if you know what I mean. Yeah, you get it, just like that. On a separate pot, I am frying together my onions, my garlic, my fresh ginger. I am also, remember, we slow fry. That is the process of making biryani. You just need a lot of patience and enough time to cook it so that it comes out perfectly. I'm going to slow fry all my my basics, which is onions, garlic, one after another.
Hey, what do you say? This whole town could be red by the end of the day. If you feel alright, we can throw it and drive. With the radio up so loud they can.
Once all your basic ingredients are all well mixed and your onion is brown, your garlic is mixed well, now you start putting your spices. You start by your favorite curry powder. your favorite biryani mix, you put in your just 2 or 3 of your cloves, you put your little bit of your all the spices that you need, including the spices that you actually want to use. Now you add biryani masala, you add curry powder, you add your turmeric powder. Turmeric powder, remember, it's optional. It's just to make the food yellow. If you don't like it, you don't need to use it. Use your spices. I've also added a little bit of cloves here, and I also like to add some cinnamon in my garlic and all my stews. There's a beautiful, nice taste that comes with that. And I have adding all the spices that I'm actually going to need and mix all them well together. Once everything is all well mixed, I will then put, you remember the mixture that I made earlier which had mass, but I am going to put the pieces of chicken one by one, positioning them in a way that all of the pieces are getting coated with the spice and the mix that is in the pot. Why are you doing that? You are making sure that all the spices, the aromas, the taste are being absorbed by the meat. I'm only putting the pieces of meat only. I'm going to put them and turn them around, and then I'm also going to add Knorrox. What is food without Knorrox? I'm using the chicken Knorrox because, of course, my biryani, remember I told you that I am using Cornish, so it's Cornish biryani. Cornish is chicken. So I'm going to put all of that and mix all of that well together. Let me also remind you, we also have Avbob here. Avbob's Dream Team with Cell C, where you can make yourself money just by joining using the link that I'm going to put on the description box down below. Make money while you are sitting at home using just your phone. You are not a salesperson, but you are just an Avbob Cell C Dream Connector and make money the easiest way ever. Kosha ikati eziko and get to enjoy life. Hake na uyazibonela ke lapho ukuthi ke ibhodo lethu liyahlangana kancane kancane. It's starting, to give us that taste and that aroma we want, because all the spices that we want and that we have added that actually make biryani a biryani are coming together. So biryani is a meal that is all about the aroma, the taste. That is why you see me mixing and then closing the pot for a few seconds or a minute. Let us just say a minute. Open it, stir it up, move the pot around, yabo ngiliyakazisa ngisuke ngenzela ukuthi ama-spices wami ahlangane kahle, yabo, ahlangane abe yilento engiyifunayo. Bese-ke uyaqala-ke ujikijela amaqatha wakho wenyama lawa akade ecwile emasini nama-spices earlier on. Uyawakhumbula lawo maqatha? Here we go. Nanga-ke amaqatha wethu sesiyawafaka, and uyabona indlela esiwafaka ngayo ukuthi siyawafaka asiwambondelanisi one on top of the other. Siyawafaka ngendlela ehlelekile, siwafaka on the base of the pot, and even the way you can see I'm not stirring immediately, but I am just ngiyawahlela, I'm leveling them down on the base of the pot, and then I'm gonna keep on turning them around. Why am I doing that? I want all of them to be nicely coated by the spices and the aroma that is in that pot, and then I'm gonna close it and leave it for some time. That is the first there and the first 10. Yabona ke sengiyawaphenduphendula ke ngiyawaphenduphendula ngimane ngiwakhuhlakhuhla lapha on the base of the pot, ngimane ngiwarabharabha, making sure ukuthi all the juices are being sucked in, all my spices and the aroma. And then once I am sure that my meat is nicely coated by all the spices and all the ingredients, and the aroma is sucked inside the meat, now I can then put the mass that remained on the top. You can see the mass that had remained. I'm now putting it in, and I'm not going to put a drip of water in there. Mass alone is enough, because remember I said to you, you don't cook biryani with water. You don't add water when you cook biryani. You want those juices and those tastes to mix well together without you adding water. Keep mixing and stirring slowly until mass turns into a color that is the same of the meat and the rest of the ingredients that are inside the pot. Once you are certain that everything is now well mixed together, you see, you can no longer see the color of mass. You can no longer see the white color. Everything now has been sucked up and been absorbed by the other ingredients inside the pot. Everything now is now curry-like. You keep on stirring, 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 stir, stir, stir. Once you're done with stir, 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 you can close the pot. Why are you closing the pot now? You want the meat to cook, isn't it? You want the meat to cook into its perfection according to how soft you want it. So with me, I was cooking a Cornish. I had to be really patient with it, take my time, keep on stirring, and make sure that my heat is low to a point that it produces its own juice, and it doesn't require me to add more water, because remember, we don't use water. You see that potatoes that we're frying on the side slightly, that potato is now ready for the next step. I'm putting them inside a bowl, because when the other pot that has got the mixes of spices and everything, once that pot is done, the meat is well cooked and I've got enough juicy sauce there, I'm gonna throw in those potatoes inside there. Just watch and learn. Woo, my, look at that. Whew. Oh gosh, food with the only thing that has never wronged me in this entire life. Look at that. Look at the color of that meat. Look at it. You see now it's ready. I am scooping away umsobo, the soup, the excess of soup inside the pot. The reason I am doing that is because I don't want it when I add rice and potatoes and everything else, and then everything starts being mashed up down and it becomes a biryani pap. We don't want a biryani pap. We are not making a biryani pap here. We are making biryani. So when you eat it, it must fanele ihlukane, because biryani is mixed in layers. So we are almost done. Be patient with me. Just stay tuned. Stay there, because we are almost there. This is the part you need to get perfectly correct, because once you miss this part, whoa, wakuphelela umendo wena, whoa, bakuhleka abantwana, whoa, wakumosha ukudla. So just stay tuned, because this is the part that you definitely do not want to miss how it's done correctly. So once I'm done scooping away excess of soup, I am putting in those potatoes, and I'm strategically putting in the potatoes in the spaces in between the meat. You see, I'm just not throwing my potatoes like I am throwing isakale inkuni. You know, I'm strategically positioning those potatoes to get into the spaces, because number one, remember, these potatoes were fried separately, so that I could not cook them with the Cornish, with my Cornish in there, because I did not want them to break. So now the way I am positioning them in between the spaces, so that they can actually get what? They can actually soak in the soup and get sucked in the spices. Get soaked in the soup and suck in spices. Oh, yeah, I'm a rapper now. Okay. So after I've done that, I'm going to simmer that for a few minutes. I'm going to turn down my heat and simmer that for a few minutes, because what do I want to see happening? I want those potatoes to blend in well with the whole mixture. So I am going to close the pot for a minute or two so that everything inside that pot, dance together, float together. Kuthandane, kube in love, kube in sync. And then once I see that everything is in sync, I am putting in my lentils. I'm also not throwing in the lentils like I am running away from war. I am making it a layer. First, I'm gonna throw it into the spaces of the pot. As you can see, I'm going to put it in the spaces, and I'm going to hold my pot and shake it. Just shake it, shake it, and shake it nicely so that everything is going in nicely and it gets sucked by the spices, by the soup, by the juices. Suck it up. Yes. So that's what's going to happen. And then once I have done with that step, everything that I wanted to put is layered up nicely. I'm going to cover the pot just for a minute or so, because remember, our lentils are not well cooked. Our lentils are not well cooked. So now this is the most part that abantu abaningi esibahlulayo. Once I'm done leveling things up and layering things up, I am now going to throw in my rice. You will notice ukuthi even with my rice as well, angilijikjeli njengazi ukuthi ngimfazi onolaka oshuwe indoda. I am putting it in nicely in layers in order. Ngoba all this taste that is underneath, it must be sucked up and mixed up very well. Biryani is the food that is made by combining different types of food, and you want to put things in layers, because when things are nicely put in layers, they are going to mix up well. In fact, they won't even mix, because when you are dishing up and you put in the scoop underneath, kuzovele kuphakame nje kuzimixaphele automatically. And if it's well nice and dry underneath, it's gonna do what you want to do. Trust me. Reduce your heat because you don't want to burn your food. Do you remember that soup that we scooped out before throwing in the potatoes? It's gonna be literally thrown right on top of that layered rice, which is the last layer of this biryani, and it's gonna be spread evenly across the pot, because remember, I said to you, biryani is all about spice. So what you do underneath, you must also do on top. You are making sure that the same taste that is underneath your pot, the same taste is going to be on top of your pot. Because when you close it, this is when now the Indian aunties will even, because when they cook biryani, they use big pots, the ones that you use on the open fire outside. They will put big pots and stones on top so that it simmers well, because you want the taste that is underneath to taste exactly the same as the taste on top, and you want it to dry. It must be dry. Ubiryani mawuphaka funa uhlukane, ungabi yipapa, ungahlangani nje ube izigaqa. Mawuphaka funa uhlukane kamnandi. So I've thrown that juices, that soup on top, and I'm simmering my biryani, because I want now ukuthi rice to be well cooked, because remember, our rice is half cooked and our lentils are half cooked. So now when I'm scooping what is underneath, automatically it just mixes. You don't even need to mix it together. When you are dishing up, that's how it's like it should be. That's how we make the perfect tasted Durban Indian biryani. Please stay tuned for more recipes. My kids are hungry. Let me dish for them before they cry. They've been smelling this food for the past 1.5 hours. So please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more recipes. And we are going to bring in, as with December, more restaurant reviews are coming your way. More recipes are coming your way. And thank you for watching.